So this is obvious, and if 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 human beings don't understand this, they're going to be off all the time. This is the root cause of why things are off all the time, and we work too hard and nothing gets done on this earth except for ruins. So let me clarify. Can't say this in just 4 sentences, but I'll try to get it done in under 20 minutes. Like if you want to solve problems on this planet or anything, it has to do with how we feel. Literally, does it feel good or not? Is it pleasurable or not? And so this is, I mean, really, it's a complex thing when we talk about pleasure. What we're talking about really is contentment. How about satisfaction? All of that, satisfaction is a hell of a word, right? And does anybody ever get satisfied? Well, the answer is no, especially not for a narcissist who, they always say that it's mainly men who are narcissists, and that's what the problem may be, if there is a problem with it. And I can understand that, there's a reason why men will end up feeling like they are so deficited on the inside and say outside too, is because there isn't a bond with men. And that doesn't, and the reason why it's not happening, and that it could become that 80% of the men you see and run into are narcissists, is because they don't bond with a real man who has achieved manhood. These are just people that are minding their own business in a lot of ways, and that includes pleasing women and enjoying being around them, especially the sex thing. And, society is completely brainwashed when it comes to what is happening with sex and the sexes, right? There's a lot of envy happening between the sexes, which there has to be worked out a balance. First of all, like I said, there becomes a problem with men because they don't have the natural download of their own intelligence right away. They have to seek it. A woman doesn't have to seek it. It's because she is born out of the mother, and the mother holds her, and everything she was to learn right then and there, birthing and then start to care, she's learning. And that's who she's going to be, is maybe a mother, this woman who can nurture and care. Doesn't have to break away from a world that's not hers. That's what the man has to do. The man doesn't belong to a woman's world. Not really. No, he has his own world that he's going to get into. And it involves getting into the woman's world. And there is where she has a deep responsibility to honor her body, namely her sexual pleasure. So what I'm getting into now is a story that is biblical about why Adam winds up with Eve and not the smarter woman who goes somewhere in a completely other dimension and just watches this world fall apart, because there is an instilled belief, and it's installed on top of this problem that men get disoriented because they don't find their manhood properly anymore. It's hard to find another man to raise a man up. They're very insecure, infantile. It's hard to explain it, but they don't really care for women because They didn't get away from their mother enough to understand something about them, more than just seeing her as a reciprocator and somebody who has to perform every day, take care, or cry, you know. It's almost like, in other words, these people, men who are born naturally unequipped with their own intelligence, they have to go and find out how to be human and the kind of human they are. They have to get into that world so that they can get into the woman's world. The woman, they can find each other harmoniously, not with this sense of envy because he is missing his own intelligence. Whoever is missing their own intelligence inside, if they think they're lacking, and if they really are, they're handicapped somehow, and they're going to mask that with narcissism. It's called narcissism. Narcissism is familiar with just the mask, and it goes into a mind and says, no, I know, and it's a bunch of talking. Babes, real men don't talk much. You have a responsibility, and everybody does, to reality, to observe the characters that are there, performing what acts and doing what. What is their behaviors, not what they say. And that is love. It's not what we say, it's what we do. And men are all about it naturally. They want to know. You want to know. You know, children are that way naturally. They want to learn, they want to know, and they want to do it right. Well, if you don't know how to do it right, namely, too, I'm getting back to saying, okay, the problem of this planet and why shit is just nobody's doing anything right. I'm pointing at women. You women out there who do not care to have an orgasm while you're having sexual intercourse with men, you don't care for it. You are also going with their idea as they're a narcissist, and you don't know. Sex is a higher learning tool. It's the first thing. It's our bodies. The first thing that we have to go into. You got the mind. It's kind of a trippy thing, the topsy-turvy. You got to get into your body, because that's going to teach you what God is. And a lot of people don't know what even God is. It's just a word. What is it, God? Another word for God is the truth. What is there? What is working there? What happened? The truth is something that rises and falls in reality just as good as this fucking video right here. You're not going to stop me from talking about, you better learn how to satisfy women, or you're going to fucking remain in a world that's just continuously working for nothing. Nothing really makes any sense after how many fucking decades do you fucking shuffle your ass around for money? And even she gets dragged into it, and supposedly it's going to be called equal to men, equal pay, and got that done, huh? No! Men are not equal to women, and they're incomparable. They live in two different worlds, and it's possible to harmonize, and it's important to harmonize. Otherwise, what? And how do we do that? First of all, she has to honor her body. If anything, and I don't give a shit what you're doing, but when it comes to sex, honor her. Has nothing to do with me, you, he, she. It's really just, what's the truth of this fucking apparatus? Both sexes learn pleasure. Learn how to give each other pleasure. Learn what it takes. Selflessness, understanding, listening. What would you like? And from there, you build an actual civilization. What's happening out there right now? Nothing. No civilization yet, and it is spiraling down. Extinction can happen because, just say there could be extinction of the truth. Where's the good food, and why aren't people fucking having a good time out there? Why is it always bad news on the news for entertainment? Come on, what do we... Sure, there's some kind of complex thing about all of that, but you know what? It could be flipped around. Everything is fucking reversed. Everything is reversed. And it's so simple. It's like, excuse me, women are the superpowers here. And so if you don't listen to her, you're going to have retarded children, period, because of the vibrational frequency that discord You're going to have sex under that, and you're not saying we're having a good time? You're not even going to fucking acknowledge it? But what? You got a bank account now because he's a fucking narcissist? Goodbye, civilization. Never even began. Really, no.